Welcome to the Great Girlfriends podcast, where we discuss life, love, laughter, and everything in between. Brandis, why are you looking at me like that?
Go ahead.
We're your hosts. I'm Sybil.
And I'm Brandis Daniel.
And we thank you for joining us today. Woohoo!
I know. What's going on in your world, Sib?
You in my world, so everything's going on. Me, you, this baby that we are delivering together over the next...
I would tell you, that's all that's going on in my world right now. I'm pregnant with a capital P. I'm feeling it in a way I have not felt it in these entire, 33 weeks now?
She got her hand on her hip right now, y'all. It's like in mama stance.
It is so serious right now. But anywho.
You're almost there.
I'm almost there.
And almost everyone at your shower thinks you're having a boy.
I know, that's so funny. So we're letting my the gender of my child be a surprise. And
to you and Rich too, right?
You know what's so funny? So Rich told me the other day, he's like, babe, you know we're having a boy, right? I just don't want you to be disappointed.
Wait a minute.
I was like,
because he had a conversation with God, and like, God showed him.
And the sad part is, usually when he does stuff like that, he's right. So I don't know. We'll see.
I think you're having a boy too.
I only have a girl name picked out, Grace.
That's a beautiful name. I love it. I would love to have like a little niece named Grace. I know. She'd be so cute.
But if it's a boy, I don't know. We don't even have names picked out for a boy.
That's sad. Well, he'd be Richard.
I don't know if Rich said he doesn't. He keeps teetering back and forth about a junior, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see.
We're almost there, though.
So that's all that's going on in my world. How's Sam, Dilly, and Kwaku?
Oh, amazing. If y'all don't know how much I love my family, let me just say it right now. Like, my husband is the most amazing man on the planet. Yes, he is. And he holds me down like hardcore.
I love it.
I was just telling somebody last night, I appreciate the fact that Kwaku like molded me into being a wife.
Wow.
Isn't that something? Like,
that's something.
I wasn't even like on the wife radar.
Wow.
And he molded, his love molded me.
Ooh,
isn't that deep? I'm deep.
That's beautiful.
His love molded me. It really did. Anybody that's listening, his love molded me. It really did.
I love
and when I think about that, I feel so good because one, I was teachable, but two, he took out the time
to do it
and was patient enough to do it.
Right.
And I feel like we both we're reaping the benefit of it now.
I love it.
Yeah. And my kids are just dope. Oh,
they are.
They are so cool. I love those
they
two.
Are kids. They are such cool kiddos.
Yeah, they're so cool. They're at school right now. And
Sam calls me the great girlfriend.
He does. He calls you a great girlfriend. And Dylan thinks she is a great girlfriend. So she feels like this is all her situation.
No, what's so funny, I should have shared this too. Dylan decides she wants to have a runway show with her Barbies.
Yes.
When I was at Sybil's house, she's like, I want to do a runway show. And I was like, all right, bring the dolls down. Let's do a runway show. They're so cute.
Pause. Why do you think she wanted to do that with you?
Because of the fashion show.
This is like her third time attending HFR, and she is sold out.
And let me tell you, there are no kiddos at HFR except the moody kids.
These are moody kids because they know how to act when they go in public. They know how to snatch them up, too.
That's all.
I can give them the eye from New York right now and sit them down. But yes, all is well. So we have like been in awe of like the feedback that everyone's been giving. Girlfriends, you're so amazing.
So I actually picked up a friend this morning. I had to drop something off to her, so I picked her up and took her to her jobs because I was headed that way anyway. So she's like, so everybody always asks, so what's the big strategy with Great Girlfriends? And I was like, girl, when we first started Great Girlfriends, we didn't even think. It was just, hey, I plan on doing a podcast. Hey, I've been thinking about doing a podcast too. Oh, let's do the podcast together. And okay, let's start recording.
You always tell the story wrong.
Oh, God.
You always tell the story wrong.
Oh, my God. Forget it.
She always tells the story wrong.
Forget I even mentioned the story.
That's not even how that went.
Oh, just forget I mentioned the story. Oh,
so the girlfriend asked for the strategy.
Yes.
And then what happened?
I'm not telling.
Tell the story. No. What happened?
I'm not telling the story.
You told her that we just...
Great Girlfriends, y'all already know the story because I've told you guys the story before, so we're not going to get back into this. And we're going to move right into our topic for today.
No, but the truth is, the strategy was a little short at first because we were just like, we're going to do a podcast.
Yeah.
And we're going to stop it there.
Yeah.
But then the girlfriends picked it up. Like, you guys started texting and emailing and calling it
movement.
A movement. Are you really going to act like this right now? You really are. This is what happens when you work with a pregnant person. When they check out, they check out. So yeah, no, you guys have picked it up and called it a movement, and we just feel really blessed to be a part of it and to have you guys in our corner and to be like virtual girlfriends to so many great women.
It's so cool.
Yes, and this Facebook group is popping.
I can't wait though until we actually start meeting all these women. Like that's gonna be like the best day.
Yes.
So we're ready to meet you, great girlfriends.
We got some stuff baking, and as long as you keep listening and as long as you stay connected on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, you'll know about everything that we have planned for 2016.
Yes.
So get your crew ready because we're going to have some fun outings.
Absolutely.
So what are we talking about today?
So I was actually with one of my interns, Amanda, who I believe is on Periscope now. She listens to the podcast every week. And one of the things that she said she was like, but how do I get great girlfriends? And I said, did we not discuss that topic? She was like, no, you guys haven't given us a way to actually get great girlfriends.
Interesting.
And I said, are you serious? That should have probably been like our first topic. So we're going back now and we're going to actually talk about how to get great girlfriends.
It's really good. We need to kind of reveal those secrets to like retaining and growing your network of great girlfriends. Absolutely. Right? Like, because you get them and sometimes people can't keep them because they're whack.
That's true.
Like, it's so like, true. Or then you get them and you can keep them, but then you can't grow them because you're so stingy and like territorial with your friends that you don't want to have people share.
That's a whole topic right there. No, for real, that's a whole topic.
Yeah, because if you're a stingy friend,
territorial friendships,
they are dangerous.
I know so many people, territorial girlfriends.
Yeah, and it's threatening.
Lots of them out there. It's like, I'll connect y'all too, but don't y'all be going out without me.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. But anywho, that should be another topic.
That is another topic.
Yeah. I know what great girlfriends have meant for me personally and just how amazing it is to have women around me that support me, that love me, that inspire me, encourage me. But sometimes, even since we started this podcast, women are like, well, where do I find these great girlfriends?
Right.
Like you guys are talking about these great girlfriends, but where are they? And even one of my interns said to me, I don't have those type of friendships right now. Mm-hmm. So people want to know, how do you even cultivate those type of relationships and how do you find those type of great girlfriends? So I think it's important for us to talk through that, just to, share our experiences and also provide any tips that we have on finding really great girlfriends.
I agree too. And I think when we were talking in the episode about walking away from friendships, and if you guys haven't listened, you gotta go back and listen to that one. But we talked about like having a stagnant corner. And I think from that point alone, a lot of people started to reassess, like, who are the people in my corner? And why is it that my life itself feels like stale sometimes? And why am I spending so much sofa time with these people? Or we spend a lot of time complaining or judging other people or watching reality TV.
Right.
And not enough living.
Right.
And I think people are starting to get fed up with that.
Absolutely.
And so, I feel like so much of your ambition is tied to your great girlfriends.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And so much of your courage and so much of your ability is tied to those relationships. And I'm going to say this. A lot of times we see circles that move and they keep elevating, right? Or we see circles that just stay steady in the same place. And it's not because it's one person that's really captain of that ship. It's about a whole unit of women who have all said together, we're
pushing each other forward. Yep.
Yes. And so that for me says, more women need more of that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So, we start talking about, why women are challenged by this. And the first thing that we thought, we're like, many women don't identify their needs at each stage in their life. And I think that's true because high school.
No, absolutely. You talked about that in the last episode in the fear of success. How when you know, were married, you were looking for a woman who was like a banging wife.
Yes.
And when you had one child, you were looking for,
a woman that had
a great wife who also had a child. So it's, you know, I think every stage of your life is different and your needs are different. And there are some girlfriends that can transition from stage to stage with you.
Yeah.
But there are some times when you're going to pick up new, really great girlfriends at a particular stage because that's what you need at that time.
That's so true. I also think some people like the idea of having a lot of friends.
Yes.
And so they collect friends. They collect them from elementary, from junior high school, college, working, and, you know, everywhere they go, they collect them, but then the quality is not there.
Right.
So some people go for quantity over quality.
I agree.
And that's dangerous because you can be loyal to people for years, but not realize that certain stages, they're not, you know, their friendship is not what you need at that time.
Absolutely. And then I would say the second thing is a lot of women aren't willing to go beneath the surface.
Girl, come on with that.
So,
come on with that.
You know, it's very easy to be a surface great girlfriend and to attract surface great girlfriends. But when it really gets to like the deep needs,
the 911s,
the 911, the 911s, and the times when you need somebody to make a sacrifice for you.
Yeah,
sometimes that's hard to find.
It's true. So many of us have our brunch buddies, right? Everybody's got people they can go to brunch with. They got people that they can call when it's time to go get their nails done.
Even go out of town with.
Yep, you can travel together, but be short on that car note. And your brunch buddy might not be on the phone when you need a little extra change.
That's so true.
Or have a really hard breakup and need help, or go through, you know, even a divorce sometimes, and some people just don't know how to show up for you, and you know what I mean.
So I'm gonna go to the other spectrum. Get some really great success.
There you go. Yes,
because it takes a very confident girlfriend to be there for you when you've got all the success going on. Because I've had girlfriends who have been amazing for me when I was down and out. But when the success started to happen, I heard crickets.
Yeah, they couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they measured it against their own life.
I don't know what they're doing. All I know is I haven't gotten a phone call.
You ain't get no calls? I'm going to hang up and call you. Hey, this your ex-great girlfriend, X, Y, and Z. I'm going to prank call you.
And those are the friendships I'm walking away from.
I agree with you. I also think many women haven't seen examples of great girlfriends in their family life. And I think that's critical because, you know, we emulate our moms and our aunts and our cousins, and we take on like the style of the women that are around us. And if we see a lot of women that, you know, hop from friendship to friendship, or better yet, don't even know how to be loyal.
Oh, yeah.
Then when it's time for us to go out in the world and create our own model of friendship, we will emulate a lot of those bad qualities, and good ones too.
Absolutely.
Good ones too. So it goes both ways.
And then I would say the last one, many women fear of being authentic. Like they really fear being their authentic selves because they think that they're going to run people away.
Yeah.
And the only way that you can attract great girlfriends is being your authentic self.
Absolutely.
Because she needs to love you, flaws and all.
Yeah, but how do you, well, this will be a question we'll ask later, but a lot of times people don't know whether or not people can handle their flaws, and they get caught up in it. And it's like, you have to just be okay with you. You've got to overcome the idea that people's opinions about your flaws matter.
That's
and
so
that
true.
Their judgments matter.
That's so true.
So that you can actually start filtering people.
Yeah.
You know, you have to start filtering that. I think that's a great way to start filtering. All right, so Brandis, Miss Great Girlfriend Extraordinaire, how did you do this? How did you create this circle of women that you know, love and love you in return?
You know what's so funny? I can never pinpoint when the friendships that I had became deep relationships. Became deep friendships. But I will say that I'm able to kind of identify people who would make great girlfriends for me. And, you know, when I first moved to New York, I didn't have any friends when I moved here. I knew one person, that was Rashida Maples, but that was all I knew. And there was no one else in the city that I knew at all. So I was a bit of a loner when I first moved here. And honestly, I thought, I don't really need any new friends. I have really great girlfriends in Memphis, so I don't really necessarily need any new friends.
Interesting.
That was totally,
Wow.
I was totally Drake, no new friends. And I was so content with that. I really was. I would spend my weekends by myself, exploring the city, checking out new neighborhoods in the city, checking out new restaurants, all that stuff. And I was very content with me.
Nice.
And then I'll say, I think Rashida started to introduce me to other people, and those people started to introduce me to other people. And I think when I started my company was when I really started to cement my friendships, my first group of friends in New York. And it was because I needed so much. Honestly, I needed so much. I didn't know what I was doing. And so I had these group of girls that I used to hang out with and go out with on the weekends. And we used to party together and, you know, have a great time together. And when I started HFR, they would ask me, what do you need? What do you need? You know, like, and me being who I am, I don't understand that when people ask me what I need, they might not actually mean it.
Right.
So I actually told people what I need. So I was like, oh, like one of my really great girlfriends at the time was like a top executive at NBC. And she actually ended up being like the youngest female vice president there. And she said to me, what do you need? And I said, I need items for my gift bags and I need the bags themselves. And this chick literally went down streets in Harlem stopping to get gift bag items for me, got the bags for me. And so those things kept happening. Like, friends would say, what do you need? I'd be like, I really need car service. Can you provide car service for these two people? And they'd be like, done. And so for me, that was when I was like, these girls are really here, like they're not just asking me, like they're really down for me. You guys probably hear the sirens in the background. We're in New York City.
Yes, and even though we're in a studio with insulated sound, the 5-0 are out and about today.
It is what it is here.
So excuse that if you guys happen to pick that up.
So that was kind of how a lot of my friendships got solidified here. It was kind of like, I think me needing so much at the time eliminated people who would only be surface girlfriends. And even though these women didn't know me extremely well, they were willing to support my vision then.
Nice.
And so that was really the start of really great girlfriends for me in New York.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah. What about you?
Nice. Same thing. My New York story, when I came here the first time, I came here for grad school at Columbia, and I had 2 great girlfriends with me. And we were in the program together. So we were really, really good to be accountable to each other. We saw each other over graduation to get our masters together. And then when I moved back, I had no girlfriends.
Wow.
I had a couple of guy friends, but I didn't really have any girlfriends. Everyone had moved away because we all despised New York. Like we were like, we're never moving back. So anyway, on the second time around, when I was back in New York, I didn't really want, to be honest, I didn't want friendships. I was just in this space where I was getting to know myself again. And I wanted to spend a lot of time with me. And I was dating myself, like going to the movies, going to brunch with me, spending a lot of me time. And then from there, once I started to pick up different jobs here, I started to meet people that were just amazing. And I've always been this person where, yes, I am very professional when I'm working, but I do like to get personal with people. I am more concerned with your well-being than I am any business that we have going on. Because I feel like if your well-being is not there, your business is going to fail. So I'm always like, I know we got business on the table, but how are you doing? That kind of thing. And from there, that has built me some of the most amazing, authentic relationships. I think there's been an attraction of me to people and people to me that are really like, at the core, just honest people, loving people, people who don't want, don't demand so much out of the other that you can't live your own life. People that just want to add value.
Here's what's so funny about both of our stories, which we did not know this.
What?
We were both in a place where we were like, we didn't need friends.
No, exactly.
And I think that maybe, and we probably did need friends, but I think there's something to being so content with you.
Yeah.
So good with you that great girlfriends, and we talked about this too, I think, at some point, like not being needy, too needy and stuff.
That's in the
But I think there's something about being so good with who you are that you start to attract great girlfriends, because when you're needy and your confidence is not where it needs to be, and
it's too much of a liability for people.
It's a lot.
No one can live up to it.
It's a lot.
Like if I tell my friends I'm gonna call them right back, they know that could be 3 days. And my right back is relative.
My right back is very relative.
And I love that, because they can trust that when I say right back, it's not because I don't want to call them immediately, but it's because I have some other things that are pulling on my time, or whatever be the case. But what I love is that great girlfriends understand that, and they're patient with that process.
Absolutely.
So over time, it was really good for me to just build authentic connections with women who happen to be amazing at whatever they were doing, and guys who are like, you need to meet my homegirl,
right?
Because you have this in common,
right?
So I was pursuing my own interest. And I met women who were also pursuing their interests. And even, on a spiritual level, I really wanted to be connected with honest women. I did not want to be around a bunch of women who were fake and who were gold diggers and social climbers. I didn't want any of that. I wanted women who just wanted to be genuine to each other.
So, Sybil, we have not done this in a long time.
Uh-oh.
We haven't asked each other questions in the past few episodes.
And so you feel like right now is the
time. So I think right now is the perfect time, girlfriends.
Now is the moment. This is it.
I'm pulling up my questions. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus.
So, okay. So my first question for you, Sybil, is, have you always been good at attracting great girlfriends?
No.
Expand,
absolutely
please.
Not. In fact, I went through a horrible season of attracting great girlfriends. And I think I will say, in honesty, it was a season where I was going through depression, and I was definitely like socially just hanging out. I was going to school, and I definitely kept up my grades. But at night, I was at House of Blues. I was at all the different events in New Orleans. I was always out and about. And so I found myself running into women who were trying to socially climb because they thought that if they were hanging out with me, then they would get connected to this person or that person, the other person. And so, no, I went through years of like a lot of betrayal, a lot of confusion, a lot of like, why is this happening to me? Because I didn't realize that I was attracting the wrong type of women.
Wow. What was like your worst betrayal?
Girl.
I know. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Great girlfriends want to know. Come on.
You done left me flabbergasted over here.
Tell the story.
My worst betrayal?
Yes, with a friend.
Jesus.
These women need to know. She is literally, guys, you have to see this. Her mouth is wide open. And I rarely ever leave Sybil speechless, so I'm giving myself a pat on the back.
Well, I think my worst betrayal came this year.
Oh.
I don't think my worst betrayal happened in that time frame. That's what was so bad about this betrayal that happened this year.
Wow.
I mean, I had some ones that were like, ooh, I can't stand her for that. Like people that I was really like, we were cool, like amazing friends, and we had years together, and then they decided that if a guy liked me, they were going to sleep with him. I mean, and it was a pattern with this one friend, and I was like, oh, okay. She's coming after these dudes because she thinks that I'm sleeping with them and I'm not. But that's her way of kind of stamping them, which is fine. It is what it is. That was one that I feel like a few girlfriends can relate to. But this other one was a deep, penetrating, like I went to see your girl Liz. I went to talk to somebody situation because my heart was wounded.
I know this is still an open wound, so
I
won't push. I didn't even think of that though. But girlfriend, you got some kind of.
I'll be honest about it. It was just I had a very deep-seated, long, what I thought forever friendship that got wounded this year with a level of betrayal that I never felt before, and without giving away too many details and without legally violating any agreements that I have, I got hurt. I got really, really hurt by a girlfriend, and I really expected more out of her, not because I was just not because I had high expectations, but because she had typically delivered on what I needed as a friend. And in this particular season, she just could not step up to the plate. And she failed me by abandoning me. She failed me by completely abandoning me. Give me a hug, girl. She abandoned me, and she betrayed my trust when she did that, because friends don't do that.
Yeah.
And I'm still in her corner. I still love her and I still believe in her, but she abandoned me, and she didn't fight for the friendship. And this would have been the one time when I needed her to fight for the friendship, and she didn't do it.
Wow.
And that let me know that I wasn't worth fighting for her. And I'm like, you know what? I've been fighting for our friendship for years. Like, if we ever had a dispute, I'm calling and we're going to settle it. And that's more my style.
Right.
But it's not her style to do that. And she left me hanging. And I realized if our friendship is not worth the fight, then I'm not going to keep a hold on it. So
Right.
So you like that, Brandis?
That was a great one. I think that was a great one, ladies. Okay, so I'll follow it up with a good question.
Thank you. And I'm not crying, FYI.
She's not crying.
That's not what I do.
Actually, you know what? This next question I have for you might actually flow into that one, because I was going to ask you, what's been your biggest friendship lesson thus far?
My biggest friendship lesson has been not to place demands on people to fill needs in my life. Like, if people are there for me in my life, they're meant to add value, but they can't fill voids. And I have to be very clear in knowing that people are not filling voids for me, but they're adding value. So they're more the icing on the cake. But I don't need a friend to bake my cake.
You can't have the sugar and the flour.
Hello?
Okay.
Exactly.
Your friends can't be the sugar and the flour.
Exactly. And that's been a big lesson for me, which I would recommend anybody assess.
I agree. Because I've had friends to try to make me their sugar and their flour, and I just don't have the capacity to be sugar and flour.
Absolutely. And eventually the friendship
I can be icing. Yep. I enjoy being icing.
Yep. And that's
and sprinkles.
Exactly. But that whole thing of filling a void, and I can't live life without my friends, and I don't know that I'm ride or die for anybody. I know I want to be in your life forever, but I don't know that. I don't know that we're going to be ride or die. How can I say that? Because so many people decide they don't want to ride or die. So how are we going to be?
Right.
How can we be ride or die? We're going to do the best we can do every day. And if something goes awry, we'll try to fix it. And you know what I mean? But I'm not going to say that at the end of time, I need to have X, Y, and Z friends by my side. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say me and the Lord Jesus Christ. And I hope that everyone's there, but seasons and things change.
They do.
Yeah. So, Brandis, how did you train your friends to be great girlfriends?
Train?
Yes. Like, how did you? Yeah.
So I don't think that I trained my friends to be great girlfriends, but
How did you teach them?
I don't think I taught my friends to be great girlfriends. To be honest with you, I feel like my great girlfriends teach me.
Really?
Yeah, because I just have these incredible women who are so thoughtful around me. I mean, they've thought through step 1 and 2 so that I only have to think about 3.
Oh, that's great.
So I just, I do think that I give a lot to people. I'm really cognizant of, if I'm on a phone call with a person, like, don't take up the whole phone call, Brandis. You know what I mean? Like,
you're a good listener.
Like, I try to always make sure that I make space for that person to share and for me to pour into them. But I don't think I've ever had to train any friends that I can think of. I'm not sure if friends are trainable to be great girlfriends.
Well, have you ever met someone and they were cool to know, and then next thing you know, y'all on trips together?
I have. You know what? Let me take this back. I do have one friend who is naturally selfish.
Okay.
She really is. She's just a spoiled brat is what she is. And I love her so much. But she really don't know that she's a spoiled brat. Oh. So over
me?
No, it's not you.
Oh, okay. Good. because I wasn't sure if that was shade or not. I am spoiled, but I didn't know if you were talking about me. All right.
Hilarious.
Now that we got that.
So no, it's one of my really good girlfriends, and I think that because she's surrounded by so many great girlfriends, she's been trained to be a great girlfriend. And I don't think it's not because she doesn't want to be. She is just the baby of the family, and she is so used to everything being poured into her. And the good thing is she's not sensitive. So when we're on the phone, I can say to her, okay, I almost said her name. Okay, you've talked for like 5 minutes. I have things to say. And she's like, okay. And what's so funny now is when I talk to her, she'll be like, okay, honestly, Brandes, I only got 2 minutes for this call, and I really do need to take up the whole 2 minutes. And I'll give her the green light, and I'll say, okay, fine. Or she'll say, you know, I'll be talking, and then she'll start, and she'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry, Brandes. You called me to talk. Go ahead, finish. But it's like literally she has to catch herself, and we're willing to do that because she has such a great heart, and she really doesn't mean it by no means. So that's if I had to say somebody to train, she would be the one.
What are your rules around your husband's exes and whether or not they can be your friends?
I actually don't know any of my husband's exes.
Do you think that's cool?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, do you think it's cool for a great girlfriend's husband's ex to be friends with the
I thank God have not had that situation. And I don't think I'd be comfortable with it at all. Now, my husband does have he had 3 really great girlfriends who had been in his life for years. And he called them his Charlie's Angels. And literally month 3 of us dating, he invited all 3 of them to my birthday party. And there was one more, but she lives out of town. But he invited all of them to my birthday party and was like, you have to meet them. It was almost like, if you don't accept them, like, I don't know, like, where this is going. And he kind of made that known. And what happened is me and all 3 of these women end up being great friends. So, but these are people who, they're like your sisters. And now they're such a huge resource for me.
Yeah.
You know, they're like my sisters now.
Yeah.
So, but not like exes.
Okay.
None of them are exes.
Oh, that's good. I'm just curious because a lot of women have permissions there, and then some have rules. I definitely would be like, no.
No, I don't think I'm up for that.
There's no need for whatever level of friendship she's trying to offer in your world or mine. Tell her a good night and get her out.
So I got one more question for you, Sybil.
Oh Lord.
Who was the first person to set the bar in friendships for you?
My sisters. My sisters have friends from birth.
Wow.
Like, my sisters have been absolutely amazing at setting good friendships. I don't know. They're just very relatable chicks. They really are. They're very fun. Their friends all adore them. And they all come around, and we've all had a rule, I would say, in our house that if you were a friend with one sister, you had to be cool with the others.
Okay.
So, like, they're shared resources. So if I ever needed to go to another city and call on somebody, I had a sofa to sleep on, I had a ride from the airport, or I had people to travel with, whatever it is. Like, once you get one Clark sister, you got all of them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and that's always how we kind of been. And then once you lost one Clark sister, you lost all of them.
Wow.
Yeah, we ride together.
I love
now,
that.
I would say we ride together.
I love
that.
I love
so,
that.
But we need to get into, what we feel our solutions are. So we have 6 secrets to attracting great girlfriends. And these are like a collective list that we've come up with that we use even now as we meet new people in this stage of our careers in life. We still have criteria for like what makes a person a great girlfriend.
All right. So first is be your greatest girlfriend.
Absolutely.
And so that's addressing everything about yourself. So, we talked about in the beginning how Sybil and I were both in a place where we were like, you know what? We're taking ourselves out. And so I think that means being comfortable with wherever you are. That's your appearance, that's your degrees, that's your financial status, that's your material goods. Like, be good with that. because when you start having insecurities around that, it's very difficult to then attract great girlfriends because there might be some issues that arise in that friendship.
Yeah, and if you're not good with that, you might find yourself subconsciously socially climbing.
Absolutely.
Which will be the demise of any friendship at a certain point.
Right.
Number 2 is be willing and able to celebrate other women. When they're getting something that you want and you don't have, be able to cheer them on. That is like crucial to me. I like to have a bunch of cheerleaders in my corner. I like to be able to text and be like, yo, I just signed this deal, or yo, I just had this, success with the kids, or my daughter just started walking, or whatever it is. I like to be able to text my friends and they all send me back a hooray, or that's what's up. Or even if I need to have a prayer partner, I have somebody that I can call on and I can send a group text and at least 1 or 2 people are going to hit me back. So I think if you can't be a cheerleader for other people, if you see them and you get sad because you start feeling your own issues, you need to assess that. If you want to be a great girlfriend, you have to be willing to celebrate other women.
Absolutely.
You need to compliment other women.
Oh, yes, definitely.
How many times we pass somebody, think they look amazing, and don't say a word?
Oof.
Right? We just do this look like, oh, she looks good. Because we do it, and then we don't say anything. Or we say, dang, I don't look like my best self today. And we start feeling like we're shrinking.
That's so true.
Yeah, so instead of doing
it's like
that.
Sybil came into the studio so snatched today.
You're so silly. And she's
But I told you look snatched.
You did tell me, and I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Number 3.
Be authentic. Don't try to blend in and conform to other women. Locate relationships where there is a natural fit.
Absolutely. Meaning,
be you. And then just, you'll attract women who are good with who you are.
Right. Women that'll accept you, that can see you, that know you, and don't care about anything that you consider as a flaw. They're not looking at that. They just want to enjoy you.
Yeah.
But when you're authentic, it makes it easy for people to do that.
And I brought up this subject. So for me, it's like, I love to talk about entrepreneurship and business stuff. So it's like, if you are not good with that, or if that gets on your nerves, we're probably not going to be the best of friends.
She ain't never lied.
Because it's just what I do.
When I don't want to hear about HFR, I don't call Brandis if I don't want to talk about business.
So don't.
I could be telling her about my aching toe, and she gonna start talking, girl. Well, HFR had an aching toe last year.
I did not. I do not. That is not
I'm
true.
Just messing around. No, you have a good balance on that. I would say. Number 4 is be friendly. Don't be a mean girl and then wonder why don't nobody want to be your great girlfriend.
Yes.
You have to be friendly. You got to go out. You got to be social. And then don't set high expectations. Don't expect to walk in the room and the room just run to you because you've arrived. Be the type of person that's willing to sit by yourself for a minute and be amazing, or meet somebody and say hello, or go up and ask a question, or, just be approachable. Let things happen organically.
Yes.
Right?
And don't be afraid to ask someone if they want to get together for coffee or tea. I mean, the worst thing they can do is say no.
That's what I'm saying.
So.
I'm so glad you never told me no, though.
I never told you.
You never tell me no.
No.
You're so good. I love you. Number 5, you need to see those red flags.
Yes. Lord.
You gotta see the red flags. You gotta be on the lookout for the red flags, great girlfriend.
And what's so funny is the red flags be right in front of our face.
Yep.
Like you see some girl who is really good friends with somebody else, and they telling you all their person's business. They giving them all kind of shade behind their back. If they're not a great girlfriend to their other friends, guess what? They're not going to be a great girlfriend to you.
They're not going to be. If they're not a great girlfriend to their other friends, they are not going to be a great girlfriend to you.
They're not. And some people say, well, she's good to me. I can't help how she treat other people, but she good for me. It is a character flaw.
It's so true.
That's a character issue.
And I would say, listen, I love all you great girlfriends, but if you are a doubter or a negative Nancy, you don't make a great girlfriend for other people, because people do not want to sit around and hear you complaining all day.
No, if you don't like your job, go find another one.
Go find another
Don't like your
one.
boo, go get another one.
Mad at your mama, resolve it.
Yes. You got other issues, go to therapy. Do what you got to do.
But don't be the type of person that just wants to dump. I could tell from one phone call, like Brenda said, if a person just wants to hog the call and dump, I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus, you just...
And then you get off the phone drained.
It's tired.
Your whole day messed up.
And you have to regroup. You don't need that. Well, you need to be around your friends and feel excited.
Yes.
You know,
energy.
so be on the lookout for those red flags. Number 6.
Be known as a giver. Make the sacrifices that are critical to people, knowing that you're willing to be in their corner.
I agree with that.
So, you know, I kind of talked about, me and Sybil talked about like I call them Stepford girlfriends. You know, these are the girlfriends they're beautiful. And we are here to support you, Brandes, and we are here to, to pray for you. But don't ask that chick to come to your house at 11 o'clock because you really need something, because I'm so sorry. But even if you only do that once every 2 years. So it's like the girls who are not willing to go beneath the surface. Like, great girlfriendship requires giving.
It's critical. And if you can't be a giver, you won't be a receiver. I can assure you of that. So we're just going to recap. Number 1, be your greatest girlfriend.
Number 2, be willing and able to celebrate other women.
Number 3, be authentic.
Number 4, be friendly, get out, be social.
Number 5, see the red flags.
And number 6, be known as a giver.
Ladies, we hope you got as much out of this episode as we have. I'm actually going through my head right now, reorganizing a few things. So don't be surprised, some of y'all, if I don't call you right after this episode. You might got shifted a bit up or down my little girlfriend ladder. It's all good, though. It's all love. Well,
thanks to all of our husbands. Sybil got this note talking about thanks to all of our husbands.
Thanks to all of our husbands. Thank you to our husbands. Kwaku, you're all my husband, boo. You all. That's what I meant. I was thinking about Kwaku.
Thank you, Rich. I don't have another husband, babe.
Thank you to our families. We thank you, Sam and Dilly. Thank you, Dylan, for being my little great girlfriend.
I know. She's so cute.
Baby love being patient with us in the studio all the time. And all of you great girlfriends, thank you for trusting us as your go-to source for everything life, love, and laughter.
You can listen on our website, iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry.
Yes, and remember to check us out on Instagram,
The Great Girlfriends.
Facebook,
The Great Girlfriends.
Twitter,
@the_greatGFS.
And tell all your friends to visit our website at www.thegreatgirlfriends.com.
Post your questions, guys. Share with your friends. Keep listening
and keep being a great girlfriend. I'm Sybil.
And I'm Brandes.
And we're signing off.